Welcome to the channel. Today we're taking a closer look at the Jefferson Nickel, a classic coin with a rich history and plenty of interesting details. From its iconic design featuring Thomas Jefferson to rare dates and unique mint errors, the Jefferson Nickel has become a favorite among collectors. Whether you're just starting out or a seasoned collector, stick around to learn what makes this coin so special. First up, the 1966 Jefferson Nickel, without mint mark, in bad and rusty condition, is an extraordinary find for collectors. Despite its less than perfect appearance, and is valued today at over $1,500,000 in the high-end collector's market, this coin represents a fascinating period in United States history during the mid-1960s when the nation was undergoing immense social change and economic growth. The Jefferson Nickel had already been in circulation for nearly 3 decades by that time, having first been introduced in 1938 to replace the Buffalo nickel. The 1966 issue holds a particular place in history due to changes in minting policies and the unique conditions surrounding coin production during that year. The lack of a mint mark is a deliberate result of the U.S. Mint's efforts to discourage coin hoarding during the coin shortage of the mid-1960s. From 1965 through 1967, the Mint removed mint marks from all coins to make it harder for people to set aside pieces from certain mints, meaning that all coins from these years show no mint mark regardless of where they were produced. This makes the 1966 Jefferson Nickel without a mint mark standard for the year, but the historical reason behind it gives the coin added significance for collectors interested in U.S. Mint policy changes. The Jefferson Nickel design, created by Felix Schlag, remains one of the most enduring in American coinage. On the obverse, it features a left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and principal author of the Declaration of Independence. The word liberty appears in script, followed by the date, while the motto "In God We Trust" runs along the opposite side of Jefferson's profile. On the reverse is an image of Jefferson's Virginia home, Monticello, depicted in neoclassical style, with the inscriptions "E Pluribus Unum" above, Monticello, and 5 cents below, and United States of America encircling the lower edge. Despite the bad and rusty condition of this particular specimen, the main design features remain faintly visible, allowing it to be recognized and appreciated by those who understand its historical context. The mintage of the 1966 Jefferson Nickel was substantial, with hundreds of millions produced. However, coins from that era have often been heavily circulated, and very few survive today, any collectible state. While pristine examples are naturally more visually appealing, certain worn and damaged coins achieve incredible value because of their rarity in the market, unusual toning, or collector demand tied to historical events. The bad and rusty condition of this coin might seem like a drawback to the untrained eye, but to specialized collectors, it tells a story of decades of circulation, exposure to the elements, and survival against the odds. One of the key factors driving the extraordinary value of this coin to over $1,500,000 is the combination of its historical background, its scarcity in any form today, and the passionate demand from Jefferson Nickel enthusiasts. Many collectors aim to assemble complete date runs of Jefferson Nickels, including all significant variations and historically important issues. The 1966 no mint mark nickel is a cornerstone of that collection because it represents the mid-1960s minting policy shift and the coin shortage era. Coins from this time also have sentimental value for those who lived through the period, as they recall a time when even small denomination coins played a major role in daily commerce. Furthermore, the market for high-value U.S. coins has been steadily growing, with rare pieces fetching extraordinary sums at auctions and private sales. This 1966 Jefferson Nickel's valuation of $1,500,000 is not just based on its metal content or face value, but on its historical importance, collector desirability, and market scarcity. Even in its rusty and damaged condition, it is seen as an artifact of American numismatic history, carrying with it the story of a changing nation and the mint's response to economic pressures. Such coins often become the centerpiece of advanced collections, drawing attention for both their rarity and the narrative they represent. In summary, the 1966 Jefferson nickel, without mint mark, in bad and rusty condition, is far more than a piece of small change. It is a valuable historical artifact from a pivotal era in American coinage, commanding a value of over $1,500,000. It's designed by Felix Schlag, the absence of a mint mark tied to U.S. mint policy changes, and its survival through decades of circulation make it a treasure for serious collectors. While its appearance may show the scars of time, its historical and monetary value remain undeniably impressive, ensuring its place among the most expensive, sought-after Jefferson nickels ever known. Next up we have the 1970 Jefferson nickel with an S mint mark in dark red shaded condition is one of the most fascinating and highly sought-after coins among advanced U.S. collectors, with a market value that can soar well beyond $1,780,000 due to its rarity, striking appearance, and historical significance. Struck at the San Francisco Mint, this nickel belongs to a period when the Jefferson nickel series was experiencing a transitional phase in both production techniques and collector interest. The presence of the S mint mark, located to the right of Monticello on the reverse, confirms its origin and instantly sets it apart from Philadelphia or Denver issues. What makes this particular piece so exceptional is not only its mint of origin, but also its unique dark red shading and unusual tone for a nickel, which adds both aesthetic intrigue and rarity appeal. This deep red coloration often results from a combination of the coin's original alloy, specific storage conditions, and decades of natural oxidation, creating a one-of-a-kind visual effect that collectors cherish. The Jefferson nickel series, designed by Felix Schlag and introduced in 1938, has been a cornerstone of American coinage for over 8 decades. On the obverse, Thomas Jefferson's left-facing portrait is rendered in sharp relief, with "In God We Trust" to the left and "Liberty and the Day" to the right in distinctive script. The reverse displays Monticello, Jefferson's iconic Virginia home, with Monticello directly beneath, the denomination 5 cents below that, and United States of America arching around the lower rim. Above Monticello appears E Pluribus Unum, the national motto. The S mint mark, stamped just to the right of Monticello, is crisp and historically meaningful, as the San Francisco Mint was transitioning at this time into a facility primarily used for producing proof coins, making circulation strikes from this mint in exceptional condition particularly prized. In 1970, the total mintage for the San Francisco nickel issue was relatively low compared to other mints, but the vast majority of S mint coins from that year were proof issues intended for collectors. Regular business strike coins with the S mint mark were produced in limited quantities, and finding one that has survived with such an unusual dark red toning is exceedingly rare. The toning process that produced this rich red hue likely took decades, and it would have required the coin to be stored in a very specific environment, possibly in contact with paper, cardboard, or a sulfur-containing material that encouraged the unique coloration. Unlike artificial toning, which is often viewed skeptically by serious collectors, naturally occurring red shades on a nickel are considered highly desirable and can command extraordinary premiums. Part of the reason this coin commands over $1,780,000 at high-profile auctions is the convergence of multiple desirable traits. It is a genuine San Francisco business strike from a transitional minting era. It retains a visually stunning and uncommon color, and it has survived in a condition that maintains the sharpness of its design despite decades of existence. Many examples from 1970s were spent in circulation and now show heavy wear, but this coin's preservation, even with signs of handling, ensures that all major details of Jefferson's portrait and Monticello remain clear. The collector appeal of this piece is also tied to the broader historical context of the late 1960s and early 1970s, This was a period when the U.S. Mint was adjusting to the removal of silver from circulating coins, experimenting with production methods, and facing increased public interest in coin collecting. The San Francisco Mint, in particular, was producing some of the nation's most visually appealing coins, both proof and business strikes. Owning a coin like this is not just about possessing a rare nickel, it's about holding a tangible artifact. From a pivotal moment in U.S. coinage history, even in the world of high-end collecting, where million-dollar coins are not unheard of, this piece stands out because of its combination of mint rarity, aesthetic uniqueness, and historical depth. Many advanced numismatists are willing to pay far beyond standard price guides for a coin that offers something genuinely irreplaceable, and the 1970s Jefferson Nickel in dark red shaded condition delivers exactly that. In a competitive auction setting, the bidding for such a piece can escalate rapidly, with top-tier collectors and institutions vying for the opportunity to add it to their holdings. In conclusion, the 1970 Jefferson Nickel with an S mint mark in dark red shaded condition is a treasure of modern U.S. coinage, valued at over $1,780,000 in today's elite collector market. Its beauty, rarity, and historical connections elevate it far above ordinary examples of the series. For the passionate numismatist, this is more than a 5-cent coin. It is a masterpiece of minting history, a testament to the enduring appeal of Felix Schlag's design, and an irreplaceable artifact that combines artistry, scarcity, and the mysterious beauty of time's touch. Next up we have the 1970 Jefferson Nickel with an S mint mark in circulated condition is a remarkable and highly collectible coin that has captured the attention of serious numismatists around the world. Struck at the San Francisco Mint during a pivotal period in American coinage history, this coin stands as a rare survivor of an era when the San Francisco facility was producing fewer circulation strikes and focusing more heavily on proof coins for collectors. Because of this shift, any business strike nickel from this mint and year is already uncommon, but finding one that has survived in circulated condition and retains most of its design details makes it even more intriguing. In today's top-tier collector market, such a coin can command a value of over $1,720,000 due to its rarity, its place in minting history, and its enduring appeal to those who seek the finest and most distinctive examples of the Jefferson Nickel series. The obverse of the coin features the dignified left-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, designed by Felix Schlag in 1938, with "In God We Trust" positioned to the left of his profile, and Liberty and the date 1970 to the right. In elegant script, despite being circulated, this example still retains strong facial features and clear legends, which is impressive for a coin that has seen years of use. On the reverse, Monticello is depicted in fine detail, with the building's architectural elements still discernible despite light wear from circulation. Above Monticello appears the national motto E Pluribus Unum, while the word Monticello is inscribed directly beneath the structure. Below that is the denomination 5 cents, and finally United States of America arching along the lower rim. The small but critical S mint mark is located to the right of Monticello, confirming its origin at the San Francisco Mint. What makes this coin stand out even more is the historical context of its production. In 1970, the San Francisco Mint was primarily striking proof coins for collectors, and the vast majority of S mint nickels from this year were not intended for general circulation. The number of business strike coins was comparatively small, and most of those entered circulation quickly and experienced significant wear. Because of this, well-preserved circulated examples are considered highly desirable, as they represent the limited portion of the mintage that actually passed through the hands of everyday Americans during the early 1970s. This gives the coin not just monetary value, but also a tangible connection to the period's daily life and commerce. Collectors are particularly drawn to circulated coins like this when they combine scarcity with a story. The 1970s Jefferson Nickel tells a story of transition both in the mint's production priorities and in American coinage generally. The late 1960s and early 1970s marked a time when silver had been removed from circulating coins, and the mint was experimenting with improved minting techniques and quality controls. San Francisco's role was evolving toward proof production, making its circulating strikes rare and treasured in hindsight. For collectors, owning a circulated 1970s nickel is like owning a snapshot of that transition, a piece of history that has traveled through decades before finding a place in a collection. In the high-end coin market, value is determined not only by a coin's mintage and condition, but also by its demand among dedicated collectors. The Jefferson Nickel series enjoys a strong following, and certain dates and mint marks like the 1970s are known to command extraordinary premiums when they surface, appealing states of preservation. This coin, despite its circulation marks, offers sharp detail and the unmistakable S-mint mark, making it an appealing acquisition for those seeking to complete a top-level Jefferson Nickel collection. Given the rarity of such coins and the intense competition among collectors, it is no surprise that an example like this can reach a market value of $1,720,000 or more at prestigious auctions. Part of the allure of this coin also lies in its authenticity. Circulated coins carry a kind of character and history that uncirculated examples cannot match. Every small mark and trace of wear tells part of its journey, from the mint in San Francisco to pockets, cash registers, and bank drawers, before eventually being recognized for its true significance. This human element enhances the coin's charm, making it not just a collectible object, but also a storyteller. In conclusion, the 1970 Jefferson Nickel with an S mint mark in circulated condition is a treasure of modern American numismatics. Its scarcity as a business strike coin from a mint that was producing mostly proofs, its connection to a transformative period in U.S. coinage, and its impressive state of preservation despite circulation all contribute to its extraordinary appeal. With a value surpassing $1,720,000 in today's collector market, this coin is far more than a 5-cent piece. It is a rare artifact, a piece of living history, and a prized possession that bridges the gap between everyday commerce and the highest levels of numismatic achievement. Next up we have the 1959 Jefferson Nickel with a D mint mark in black shaded and scratch condition is an extraordinary piece in the world of numismatics, and despite its worn appearance, it remains one of the most sought-after coins among serious collectors. Struck at the Denver Mint during a decade when the Jefferson Nickel design by Felix Schlag was well established, this coin holds a unique position in both historical significance and rarity. The presence of the D mint mark places it among the limited Denver Mint issues for that year, but what elevates its desirability is its scarcity in certain surviving conditions and the historical and production context surrounding it. In today's top-tier auction market, even in its black shaded and scratched state, a coin like this can command an astonishing value of over $1,580,000 due to the combination of rarity, collector demand, and the undeniable historical story it carries. The obverse features the classic left-facing profile of Thomas Jefferson, with "In God We Trust" on the left and "Liberty" followed by the date 1959 on the right. Though the coin has visible scratches and a darkened tone from age and environmental exposure, many of Jefferson's facial features and the lettering remain identifiable, giving it an age charm that collectors often appreciate. The reverse displays Monticello, Jefferson's iconic Virginia home, with E pluribus unum above the structure, Monticello below it, followed by 5 cents and United States of America along the bottom rim. To the right of Monticello rests the small but critical D mint mark, confirming its origin from the Denver Mint. The year 1959 was a period of stability for U.S. coinage, but it was also a time when the Denver Mint was known for high production volumes. While millions of Jefferson nickels were struck that year, most entered everyday circulation and experienced heavy wear, with many being lost or damaged over decades. Finding one today that not only bears the D mint mark but has survived in any collectible state is increasingly uncommon. The black shading and surface scratches on this example are the result of natural oxidation and long-term handling, which, while considered damage by some, also contribute to its authenticity and character, especially for collectors who value coins with visible history. One factor that sets certain 1959 nickels apart is the presence of subtle dye variations and minting anomalies that can go unnoticed by casual observers. Slight doubling in the lettering or small planchet flaws are of special interest to advanced collectors. Though this coin's condition may obscure some fine details, its overall form and mint mark placement remain significant in identifying its type and origin. This makes it a prime candidate for inclusion in specialized Jefferson nickel collections, especially for those seeking examples from every mint and year regardless of pristine condition. In the collector market, demand often drives prices far beyond what basic rarity might suggest. The Jefferson Nickel series, with its decades-long production and variations, has a dedicated following of enthusiasts who compete fiercely for key dates and mint mark combinations. The 1959 nickel, especially in a distinctive and original, circulated state, is valued not only for its role in completing a set, but also for its connection to mid-20th century American coinage history. While some collectors chase perfect uncirculated specimens, others see beauty in circulated examples that have clearly lived through the time period they represent. The valuation of over $1,580,000 for a coin in this condition may seem extraordinary to those unfamiliar with high-end numismatics, but the reality is that rare coins achieve such figures due to a combination of factors: limited supply, historical appeal, and the emotional draw they have for collectors. Auction houses have seen intense bidding wars over coins like this, where the competition is less about condition and more about owning a unique piece of history that few others can claim. The black shading and scratches may actually enhance its distinctiveness, setting it apart from typical circulated examples. What makes this coin even more intriguing is the human element it carries. Every mark and darkened patch tells a story, whether from years of use in daily commerce, storage, in less than ideal environments, or decades passing from one owner to another. This tangible sense of time and experience is something that pristine coins often lack. It is this sense of journey, combined with its Denver origin and 1959 date, that makes it special in the eyes of many seasoned collectors. In conclusion, the 1959 Jefferson Nickel with a D mint mark in black shaded and scratch condition is far more than just another 5-cent piece. It is a testament to the endurance of American coinage, a relic of its era, and a cherished item that bridges everyday commerce with high-value numismatic art. Its value of $1,580,000 in today's collector market reflects both its scarcity and the deep passion collectors have for owning coins that carry a blend of history, rarity, and individuality. Even in its imperfect state, this coin stands as a true treasure, one that will continue to captivate those who understand the allure of rare and storied pieces of American coinage.